Sup my lovely bushes, welcome back to TGN Anime. We have another video for you today and it's about Clover Quartet Knights. We have some matches that we recorded during the closed beta that I decided to show off. Today we're gonna focus on Asta, but if you want to see some other character, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. I'll be counting the number of times you guys say the name of a specific character, and that's gonna be the next video. We're gonna focus on whatever character you guys choose. We're gonna start by looking at Asta's abilities, and then we're gonna jump in to some gameplay. So let's get right down to it. Alright, first things first, I think it's important to break down his mechanics so you know what's happening during the actual match. We're actually going to start with his unique abilities. Because Asta doesn't have any magic, he doesn't have any magic shield. Now in most characters you will actually see 2 health bars, and one of them regenerates really fast. That's a magic shield. If you've ever played Halo, it's kind of like the overshield. But since Asta doesn't have any magic, he's not going to have a magic shield. Instead, he's going to have a lot of health, and the health recovers very fast. It's probably the fastest recovering health in the entire game. Asta can also run on walls. He's not the only one that can do this, but that's a great tool to keep in mind. And then his swords, his melee attacks, nullify magic shots with a slash, and also increase damage against shields and placement magic. So, if you're attacking an opponent that has their shield up, you're gonna deal increased damage against the shield before you start actually dealing damage to their health. And if there are any traps or any type of placement magic, you can just nullify it with a single slash. I tested this ability a lot, and it seems that the R1 ability is the one that mostly does this. The normal melee attacks don't work quite as well, but we're gonna have a chance to look at that. And moving on from his ability to his actual attacks, the R2, the auto attack, is just a melee attack. He just swings the swords. You can hold down to continue attacking, or you can tap it. I'm a masher type of guy. I feel more immersed if I feel like I'm slashing every single time, like every button press is a slash. I don't really like the hold down thing, but whatever. To each his own. The L2 is your block. You basically hold up the sword and you will reduce the damage you take and reflect projectiles towards the crosshair. So while you're blocking, it's important to aim, something that I definitely did not keep in mind in these early matches. His L1 ability is the spinning burst. You will basically do a spinning attack, and while you're doing the spinning attack, you are immune to stagger and knock down. So it's basically a non-interruptible ability unless you get killed, because you still get damage while performing this ability, even if you don't get staggered or knocked down. Think of it as an ability with super armor. But even though you'd still take damage, you actually take a lot less damage than you normally would. Finally, his Link ability is the Demon Dweller Sword. This is probably the hardest one to understand from Asta. He's a pretty straightforward character with the exception of this one ability. So this is a single swipe with a small sword. And this swipe does high damage to barriers and placement magic. This is the thing you use to nullify placement magic all over the map. And it does have a cooldown, but you almost don't notice it because the cooldown goes away every time you swing your main attack, your main sword. Now there's one more thing with this attack, and maybe the thing that's harder to understand, which is this can shoot a magical projectile if there is ammo available. And even though this game has some big ass descriptions for all the abilities, nowhere on these descriptions does it say where you get ammo for this ability. So basically I had to put in my detective hat and start analyzing stuff. Basically you get ammo from attacking opponents. There is a certain number of hits in your normal melee attack that will give you ammo. It's not just any attack that will do it. Or you need to hit something from melee range with your R1 ability. So let's say you disable some placement magic, that thing will give you 1 ammo. And 1 ammo is all you can have. You need to shoot that 1 ammo before you're able to pick up something more. Now, even if you don't have any ammo, when linked, this will shoot a magic attack. And links are basically combination attacks. Once in a while, you will see something pop in from the lower right hand of the screen, and that is an indication that you can link with that character and shoot a magic attack. Finally, we have his ultimate. His ultimate basically recovers a lot of your health. It should definitely be used for when you're dying. I mean, Asta's health regenerates at an incredibly fast pace, but if you're getting attacked, that regeneration will not kick in. This is your triangle button. This is where it comes in, because you recover a lot of health, and then you can press triangle while the effect is active to execute 3 different attacks that automatically track the enemy player. Now, at first I didn't notice this, but later on we might get to see some examples. Alright, onward to the matches.
鍛錬を続けているからな。ひょっとしてメガネ変えた？メガネは変わっていない。
I kind of like this back and forth between characters whenever like specific combinations happen, and it seems that they have a lot of these, and I think that will definitely help the longevity of the game, assuming they really have a lot of these, otherwise it'll just get old over time. So this is a capture point. You need to capture it, and then you need to sort of escort a crystal as far as you can. The first team to capture the point will have the advantage, because if they carry the crystal the whole way, they will win the match right away. And if they don't carry the crystal the whole way, then the crystal will go to the opposing team, and the opposing team has to carry it more than the enemy. In this case, the enemy team already captured the crystal, so now they're carrying it. We need to stop it as soon as possible and just run down that clock of 2 minutes and 22 seconds. And as you can see, this is my very first match. I think not only as Asta, my very first match in Black Clover Quartet Knights. And there's a lot happening. Now things look a lot clearer to me. After playing the game for a while, I can sort of decipher what's going on. But at the time, I remember that, this is a lot to process. Yami just came in through the back. I should have definitely blocked the projectiles coming from the front, but Yami showing up from the back would have killed me anyway. It's not a very long run to the crystal, but it's enough for them to sort of carry that thing for free for a while. That was a link attack. That was sort of a reflex press. I saw the R1 pop up, and bam, right away. That's an attack that will miss more times than I care to admit. Not in that case. That was some pretty good reflexes. I'm so surprised at the fact that Asta is not a beginner-friendly character. Usually in anime games, the main character, there was a big window for a link there, and I didn't take it. Usually the main character in anime games is a beginner-friendly character, because most people are going to want to pick them up, and they are going to want to play as him. So usually they're beginner-friendly characters, you know? So like, let's say in a Naruto game, Naruto is usually pretty easy to pick up and play. In a Dragon Ball game, Goku is pretty easy to pick up and play. That's usually the way it goes. Not in this game, though. Asta requires, you know, even though he's got a lot of health, he dies pretty fast because everything is projectiles in this game. So if you're not keeping your guard up, it's pretty tough. Also, he needs to sort of dive into the middle of the enemy team or pick up targets that are spread out. And jumping into the middle of the enemy team is a surefire way to get yourself killed with any character. But Asta specifically, because Asta is a melee range, so he needs to get in that melee range to actually deal the damage. It's a choice that is unconventional. 1v3, this is not going to go well for me. Alright, Vanessa, thank you for that. Recovery, and they're still, yep, projectiles are going to do it for, yep. Even if I block the projectiles there, that was just the place that I should not be in. I should be waiting for my team 100%. Again, first match, don't judge me too harshly in the comments. What am I saying? It's YouTube. Of course you're going to judge me too harshly in the comments. So yeah, it's a choice that I actually highly agree with. It's refreshing to see the main character not be a beginner-friendly character, and I think if any anime makes sense to do it, it's Black Clover. Because Asta here, he struggles in the magic world to stand out. He has no magic. He's gonna have to work hard to be as powerful as every other character that is in this game. So, it only makes sense that you will have to play differently. You will have to adapt. You'll have to be more powerful. That's my first kill in the game! Take that, Yami. He got into melee range, and now because we have our team, not everyone's attacking Asta. And since damage is being spread out a little bit more, nice pickup by Vanessa there, but unfortunately it's a 1v2. I'm not sure. Yeah, she did not survive that. We didn't get the kill report, but it was on the upper right corner. Now, no one's coming here, so just gonna carry the crystal for a little bit until Yami decides to intervene. And one Yami versus two Asta, that's not gonna go great for him. Oh boy, that Luck just jumped in with no health at all, didn't he? Melee attacks, melee combo. There you go. We got one ammo because we cut from melee range, and we're getting pulled back by Yami's gravity there. Luck here, we should be blocking, there it is, and as soon as we start blocking, Luck counters with a melee kick. Very well played by Luck there. Took me a long time to block those projectiles for sure, and if the aim was good, I would also be reflecting them back at Luck, which would have been a lot of damage. Asta, I still don't know if Luck is a good counter to Asta or Asta is a good counter to Luck. I feel like Luck can keep his distance for a very long time because he's a lot faster than most characters. Fortunately, you pull it off. I got carried by my team here. Let's be real. Should the boxes break in the spawn camp? I say yes. Let me break boxes while I'm waiting. This is yet again another crystal match. These things, these items around the menu, they around the map, they take a while. After you press square, it takes a while for the bar to show up, and it throws me off every single time. Make that thing a bit snappier, please. And beautiful spin to initiate and engage on the enemy Asta. He's definitely going to take some punishment there, and he's in a terrible position. Beautiful. That was a 1v3. We did well. We were by our team's side. And the enemy Asta did what we have done already countless times during this video, which was jump straight into a 1v3 situation. You can't do that with Asta. You can't do that at all. It does not have a get out of jail for free card. Not until he builds up his ultimate attack, which is not giving up is my magic. Some wall running action. Camera can be a little bit awkward, but it's a great way of getting around. So we just did a melee attack, the R1 attack on Asta, and that just gave us 1 ammo. We're ready to use that 1 ammo whenever we need it. That is our ranged attack, and we just kill each other. Yeah, that definitely sounds like Asta. Never giving up. Just butting heads until they die. That's pretty accurate. The enemy team was still, once again, the first one to capture the crystal. So we are trying to stop them, trying to stall, trying to run down the clock. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go, and there's not a lot of time, not a lot of distance left. And a triple down, beautiful. We engaged with a spinning move, which is a great engagement tool. Again, for movement, it is amazing. And for damage, I mean, you become unstoppable. So it's pretty awesome. Just waiting for the enemy team. We've got time. We're just burning it down, and they actually came around the back. Activating the ultimate, and there's the ultimate attack. You will see, while I'm not being attacked, you will see a triangle pop up on the enemy. That is the spinning move. That is not part of the ultimate. We have 2 more. There's the triangle right there, and bam! And actually it timed out, so I wasn't able to use all 3 of them. I think we dealt some damage. I think we delayed them for a little bit. We could have done a lot better, obviously. This is, despite everything, still beginner gameplay. That was a beautiful link. And we're getting comboed by Asta here. Using this for movement. Getting us closer to the crystal. And we gotta stop it from moving right now. Asta is the only target left. And now we have 8 seconds, 5 seconds to burn. Thank you for the cupcakes, Charmy. Thank you, Charmy-chan. And with that, we've stopped the crystal. That was clutch. 89% of the way. Now we need to beat that once the crystal spawns for our side. And because it is a beta, because it's a new game, a lot of players still take a while to react to this sort of stuff. They don't know exactly where they should stand. So I'm going to carry this for free for a while. Yep, no opposition here. No opposition yet. Just making good progress. Good progress. Not entirely sure where they're going to come from. Finally, an enemy Asta comes in. I did not have any ammo, so that was a pretty bad swing. But like the R1 ability actually has more reach than it appears to. It's not like it's a melee range, but it's a long melee range. And Charmy just completely obliterating me with the goddamn sheep, which again, I don't feel that's faithful to the anime. But yeah, it's probably a game balance adjustment. I feel like in the anime, hey, your sheep touched my sword, so it's no longer a sheep. And again, if I aim this a little bit better, if I aim this to the right of the boxes, this would have worked great as a movement ability. That's what I keep saying. If you're coming from spawn with Asta, that's probably a great way to get in the fight faster. There's a link attack. The second link attack did not come off. And there's the spin move. And the enemy has to just use the ultimate attack on me twice, so that's what it feels like when you're getting hit by that. You're stunned for a very long time, you go down to the ground, you're out of action, and that thing deals some damage. And we're getting focused on pretty bad. But this is our final push. If we win this team fight, we win the match. And I think everyone is dead. Our contribution to this fight was mostly blocking every single magic attack with our face, while the rest of the team did the rest of the job. Asta has a lot of health, he's tanky, he's hard to kill, so if you're focusing down Asta as a team while the rest of the team is attacking you, you're probably in for some punishment. Anyway, those were the matches that we have at our disposal. Please do not judge my skills while playing this game. It was very, very, very early on. In fact, if you want to watch my best matches, I highly recommend you guys watch the live stream that I had made for the closed beta while it was still up. You can catch that live stream right here. If you're in the mood for something else, there's also the video at the bottom. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.